Hi, it's Exploring John, and here we are at the Shepherdstown parking lot. We're going to put some kayaks in the river and float down to the Antietam Creek. So we haven't done this before, so it'll be an adventure for all of us. Let's go explore it. Okay, we carried our kayaks down to the river here, and we're putting in at the old ferry crossing. Concrete slab on this side, one on the Shepherdstown side. So we'll put in here and head downstream. Here we go. As we look across to the other side, we can see the concrete ramp where the ferry boat would land on the West Virginia side and people would go back up on shore. So here we are out on the river. I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see the view. There's the West Virginia side of the ferry crossing. Some of the old bridge pillars. The big bridge in the background's the new bridge. That's where we put in over there on that other concrete slab. Now we'll turn a little bit and look downriver. And we can see the train tracks, the old train piers. And we're headed down the river, Potomac River. Look out, other people are enjoying it out here too, out here fishing. Good fishing through here. Okay, as we're out here, we see the train going across the train trestle. There we see the James Rumsey Memorial sticking up above the treetops. Well, we'll kind of pan the river here. We're looking downstream here toward Packhorse Ford, where we see that greenery, the islands out there in the middle. That's the Packhorse Ford area. Well, we passed our first rapid. It was a real small one, and there was a real good spot in the middle to go through. Headed toward Packhorse Ford, we could hear another rapid. We'll see what it's like when we get down to it. Looking at a map, I think that's going to be the bigger one. I think that's where the dam was built across the Potomac that flooded the Shepherdstown section of the river to make it easier to go in and out of the canal. Alright, this was the first big rapid we hit. It's kind of a ledge, and it drops maybe half a foot. And I kind of got hung up on it just a hair, and I paddled forward and came right off, so that wasn't bad. This is the one at Packhorse Ford. Alright, we're going to take this opportunity to kind of look around here. Looking at the river. Looking toward the canal on the Maryland side. And swinging around and looking upstream. Back toward the railroad bridge. Okay, this is Packhorse Ford on the West Virginia side. See the bare ground over there? That's where it comes down to the river. And people would ride across, walk across, take a wagon across, whatever they could, and we'll swing around through our kayakers and show you the Maryland side. That's where people would put in to go to the West Virginia side, or put in the West Virginia side and come out on the Maryland side. Packhorse Ford. We'll continue our trip down the river. Here we're still out in the river, just floating down. We're below Packhorse Ford now, and headed down to Miller Sawmill Road and the culvert there. Miller Sawmill Road has the next rapid in the river where it comes down to the canal. We're looking back here at the rapids at Miller Sawmill Road. Here on the side where that's grown up is where the creek comes out at, and the landing's beyond those trees. So we're about an hour, not quite an hour and 15 minutes from our put-in spot with just light paddling. Show you downriver. Alright, we're continuing downriver with our paddling trip from Shepherdstown down to the Antietam Aqueduct. We were thinking it was going to take 2 hours. Someone even told me an hour. So we'll see. We're about an hour and 15 minutes into the ride, and we're not quite 2/3 of the way there. Well, yeah, the river just kind of rocked me a little bit. Okay, well, catch up with you later and see you down here at the next point. Here's our takeout spot. We're going to take out there at the beach right next to the Antietam Aqueduct. We made it down to our takeout spot, and it was a little less than 2 hours, not quite 2 hours. So it was a nice float down. We passed all the different spots that we knew of, Packhorse Ford, Miller Sawmill Landing, and on. So had a good time, floated down the stream. It was just lay back slow, nothing like on the creek. Okay, we're down here at the takeout point, and we're loading up the kayaks in our vehicles, and we're gonna move on. So thanks for watching with us today, and see you next time.